Today in this video lesson, we will see how to write an IELTS General Training Writing Task 2, which is an essay. Normally in general training, the essays are based on lifestyle. Now if you see the topic today, in general, people do not have such a close relationship with their neighbors as they did in the past. Why is this so? And what can be done to improve the contact between neighbors? Now the first step in writing an essay is to understand the topic and analyze it. If you see, two things are very important in this question on which we have to write. Why is this so? Which means we have to give reasons why the relationship among neighbors is not as close as it was in the past and what can be done about it. Now when you write an essay, there are a lot of ideas that would come to your mind. If you just try to decide what to include in your write-up, is to say how neighbors can help. Now neighbors can help us in a variety of ways. Right? They are our first relatives. During emergency situations, we usually depend on neighbors. But then that point is out of scope for this essay. This essay doesn't talk about that. So I would not write about the role of a neighbor in anyone's life. The second point, explain how relationships with neighbors have changed. This point seems to be relevant, but would I make an entire paragraph out of it? The answer is no. I would write something about it in my introduction. So this point would be somewhat covered in my essay in the introduction. The third, explain what problems neighbors can cause. Right? Neighbors can cause variety of problems. We may have noisy neighbors, who play loud music till late night or have parties, or the neighbor would just keep to themselves. They would not be that friendly. So there could be many problems, but again, we don't have to write about this in this essay. So I'll give it a miss. The next point is give reasons why people do not have so much contact with their neighbors. Now this is the point that I would think about and suggest how to make contact between neighbors better. So when I think about the reasons, the second step is once you decide what to write, then think about the ideas that you could include. Since we have to answer the question, why is it so, we can think about the causes of the situation. So think about two causes of this situation and similarly 2 or 3 solutions. This is the second step. Once you make out the points or the ideas that you want to elaborate, then make a plan. Before you start writing, you should have a rough plan written in your question booklet. It will help you throughout your essay, because if you don't make a plan, you would digress from the topic, go away from the topic, and by the time you finish, you'll realize that you have written something else. There can be so many things that can be written about neighbors. So we have to stay on topic, and it's very, very important. So the causes of the situation could be that people change the place they live frequently. This could be one reason. The lifestyle of people has become very mobile. People don't stay in one place for long, especially in urban areas. Those who are working in big companies, they stay for 2-3 years. There is a lot of movement of people happening from one place to another. So all this movement does not allow people to have strong relations with their neighbors. And since they spend a lot of time at their workplace, the colleagues form their social circle. Their colleagues are their closest friends. So this first point can be written about it. The second reason that could be the kind of entertainment that we have at home. So once we come back from our college or from our workplace, we watch programs on television or we spend time on internet. So these are the in-house entertainment that we have. We don't really feel the need to talk to our neighbors. So these are the 2 reasons that I would like to elaborate in my body paragraph. After that, the next paragraph would suggest the solutions. The solutions could be provide communal areas like playgrounds for children and community halls. That means this kind of infrastructure has to be provided. There should be amenities where people can come together with their family. They can form neighborhood associations. So they can form neighborhood associations, have social gatherings at the community halls, talk, discuss about the issues that affect their life. So these are some possible solutions. And as we come to the conclusion, since you have to say that whether the situation will drastically change, no. I mean, despite all these solutions, the relationship among neighbors, would not change completely. But it would be more helpful and valuable than in the past. So this is one way of writing the essay. That once you get the topic, then you think about the first step. You remember you have to highlight the key words and phrases. The second is brainstorming ideas, then making a plan, and then keeping this plan and then writing the entire write-up. You can devote around 5 minutes for making a plan, and then you can start writing. The most important thing in IELTS writing is to practice writing. So you need to write number of essays before you go into the IELTS test. If you do that, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to get your required bands. That's all for the video lesson today. Thank you all. To watch more such videos, subscribe to Careerline YouTube channel. Happy learning.